Hello, everyone. It's tough to live at such a time as this, but a blessing also that at least history is unfolding in our very eyes. I don't know if anybody's wondering what I'm wondering. Why the mainstream media is not talking about the AES, the Sahel Alliance, made up of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. I wonder why. If I have to guess, I will suggest it doesn't serve the narrative of the Matrix because the agenda from the beginning has always been suppress the Africans, keep them on the bottom, deprive them of the necessities so they remain perpetual slaves. So for them, suddenly seeing Africans waking up to the extent that an African government will rise up to challenge the West and say enough of this oppression, enough of colonization, enough of telling us what to do and controlling our resources. We want our destiny into our hand. It's huge. It's something that they cannot comprehend. It's the opposite of what they want for the Africans and for the continent. I keep saying the table has turned. It's no longer business as usual. They still want to pretend that they are still in control. The power is still in their hands, but it's not. There's change in the power dynamics. The table has turned. People are waking up. Africans are waking up. There are many of us that are still deep in coma. Those that still believe in integration, that wine and dine with the oppressors, that worship the white Jesus. There are still a handful of us, but majority. And you know what? The more Africans rise up, the better because it's the collective consciousness that's going to do the magic. It's not something that few people will do. Collective, collective consciousness, global consciousness. That's the key. And this system fears the rise of the people of the earth. Once a lot of us raise our vibration, the game is a game changer. Game is over. Whether the mainstream they talk about us, whether they talk about what's happening, and um, it will be crazy for them to think, oh, these people are still dumb. They don't know what's happening. Their mind is still caged. We are still superior. They will be living in delusion to keep thinking like that. But it's even good that they keep lying to themselves and still living in that delusion of we are the supreme race, we are superior, we are that. So let them keep living in that denial while we keep ascending. Okay? Maybe by the time they will, just like what's going on, what I see, this is what I see. What is happening is overwhelming to them. So they choose to remain silent because they think by remaining silent, they would still deceive themselves that they are in control. But it's good for us that they remain silent while we keep moving. Sahel Alliance is moving. So proud of the young leaders, Ibrahim Traore, Aita Goita, and then what's the guy, the other guy named Goita, and okay, it will come back to me. So thankful of these young heroes because without them, these people would have dealt with us. And I'm overall thankful to the universe that makes this even possible. Because without nature resetting, the universe in control, this wouldn't be possible at all. So I am so thankful for the universe, for what is happening on the continent, and the delusion of the puppet African leaders, all of them living in coma of silence that they don't know what's going on. But within them, inside them, they are freaking out and panicking because they know their days are numbered. Okay? And this era of the mainstream media controlling our narrative, telling our story is over. And they know it. They don't report African issues because they know that they can't keep telling the lies. That's one reason why they, choose to live in denial. They can't keep selling these lies about Africa. Oh, they are poor. There are disease everywhere. They live on the trees. They jump like monkey from one to. They can't tell those stories again because people like us are out. We are following them bumper to the. But we go to their pages, we shut their mouths up. We tell them, shut up, pull this nonsense down. That's a lie. And a lot of people are following up. And that's good news. This is probably one of the reasons why they choose to stay away. Or they can't have their ways anymore. They can't keep telling lies. They can't keep the narrative. They can't keep dominating and monopolizing. And this is why they don't like African Stream, because they get to the root, to the heart of the issue, and report it the way it is, and embarrass them and confront them, and they don't like it. So, whether they ban African Stream or not, there are alternative media. And the good news is that a lot of Africans don't even key into this their news anymore. We don't listen because we know they're a propaganda machine. They just sell the narrative of the West. Okay? Wanting everybody. Nobody cares now. People are eager for the news. People ears are itching to hear the story. And there is now an African perspective. Every news, Africans will come and analyze it and give their perspective. We don't have bias because there's nothing, for us to gain by telling lies about a particular situation. So we give our African perspective, and this is awesome. This is good. So motherland is rising. Africans are waking up. The narrative is changing. Table has turned. Power dynamic is changing too, because Africans now, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, they take control of their own destiny in their hands. They decide what happened to their country, how their country is to be run, and their people are behind them. That is the good news. It's a lesson for other African countries. Learn from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. A lot of things are happening. And if you're an African, you're supposed to be on top of that news and speak in their favor, side them, support what is happening there, because they have succeeded in redeeming your image, not only their country's image, African image. That's good news for us.